The state of Florida literally has less news than Amazon right now. Just seems to be one thing after another. Amazon suspends multiple workers at Staten Island warehouse after protest because they didn't want to work in an area where a fire had just been put out. Yeah, they got suspended because they were fearing for their health and safety. I wasn't really sure what effects you'd suffer after a fire was put out, but I looked it up, and it's scary. So according to the International Association of Arson Investigators, this would be called a cold fire scene if it had been out for 72 hours. Therefore, this scene is still hot. So at this point, it's probably generating detectable dust, fumes, mists, particulates, gases, vapors, and aerosols. Even people who enter a cold fire scene days after it's done will not wear face protection like N95s to filter out fumes. And they may not realize anything is wrong until years later. And just like thousands of people who die in structure fires, the people that have been exposed to the hazardous chemicals after the fire might die also. They were right to participate in a work stoppage. They're protesting against abnormally dangerous working conditions over health and safety concerns. They complained about inhaling toxic fumes as managers told them to go back to work after the fire. What? Amazon said company managers suspended workers who engaged in the work stoppage with pay while they investigate the situation? There's not much to investigate. There was a fire that happened. It was extinguished, but it's still dangerous to go near. And they decided they didn't want to inhale the toxic fumes that could possibly kill them in the future a lot faster than they were supposed to. Company spokesperson told Washington Post that although Amazon respects its workers' rights to protest, it does not find it appropriate for employees to occupy active workspaces or break rooms. So you're saying you don't actually support workers? Because anytime there's a but in the statement, it's about to go against what you just said. Kind of like saying, hey, not trying to be offensive here, but I'm about to say something very offensive. And heck, let's just take it a level deeper. Delivery drivers for Amazon are still getting screwed. Drivers are still peeing in bottles because they have no time to take a break or a lunch. And they're not paid overtime for the time they have to set up and leave, which you are still working during that time. Amazon likes to act like that problem went away, but it never did. So a class action claim was filed Friday in King County Superior Court, alleging that Amazon and delivery contractors are guilty of wage theft. The PR for Amazon says they try to set realistic expectations that do not put undue pressure on them or their drivers, while still fulfilling customer expectations. Those two things just aren't mutually exclusive.